Good day, my dear students. For today's video, we're going to proceed with applying temperature conversions to real-world scenarios. For our learning competency, you, my dear learners, should be able to apply temperature conversions to real-world scenarios such as recipe adjustments, weather reports, scientific experiments, storage conditions, and energy efficiency. But before that, let us first have this table which summarizes the difference between the Celsius, the Fahrenheit, and the Kelvin, which are the major unit measurements for temperature. First is the Celsius. So Celsius is the most widely used scale globally for everyday life. So it is based on the properties of water, where the freezing point is 0 degrees Celsius and the boiling point is 100 degrees Celsius at standard atmospheric pressure. So primarily this is used for cooking, for thermostats, and measuring body temperature. Okay, so for the Fahrenheit naman po, it is primarily used in USA and few Caribbean territories. So this offers a finer grain of detail for air temperature because the degrees are smaller in Fahrenheit than in Celsius. So this is used for weather po, reporting weather in the US, for their cooking tools such as the oven, and also the pools installed in US are in Fahrenheit. So for the Kelvin, this is primarily used for scientific researches, sciences, and engineering. So this is the SI, base unit of temperature, which is the International System of Units. Okay, Kelvin is also known as the absolute scale because it starts with the absolute zero, zero Kelvin. Okay, when we see kasi absolute zero, this is the point where all molecular motion theoretically stops. So this is why Kelvin is mostly used in physics and chemistry, especially when calculating the gas laws or thermodynamics. Okay, looking at its freezing point and the boiling point, okay, 100 degrees Celsius is the boiling point of water in Celsius, and its freezing point is 0 degrees Celsius. And also in Kelvin, this is 373.15 Kelvin, and the freezing point is 273.15 Kelvin. So as you can see here on the last row, it is stated that the degree size of the Celsius is the same as the Kelvin. And similarly, the Kelvin's degree size is the same as the Celsius. So as you can see, they are the same because Kelvin was designed specifically to be an absolute version of the Celsius scale. So they share the same magnitude for their units, but they start at different points. So way back then po kasi, William Thomson, who is also known as Lord Kelvin, developed the Kelvin scale, wherein he wanted a system where the zero represented the complete absence of thermal energy. However, to make it compatible with existing scientific work, he used the same interval as the Celsius scale. That's why, diba, if you can see, there are 100 units between the boiling point of the water in Celsius and its freezing point. 100 degrees Celsius minus 0 degrees, that is still 100. And in Kelvin, 373.15 Kelvin minus 273.15 Kelvin is also 100 units. So, because both scales divide the range between these two physical states of water into 100 equal parts, a change of 0 degrees Celsius is exactly equal to a change of 1 Kelvin. Now, what makes Fahrenheit so different? So, Fahrenheit is different because it was calibrated differently. So, Daniel Gabriel Fahrenheit, who is the creator of Fahrenheit, originally used a different reference point kasi. So, if the Celsius and Kelvin was based on the properties of water, the basis or the reference of the Fahrenheit is the brine solution and the human body temperature. And if you can observe, 212 degrees Fahrenheit minus 32 degrees Fahrenheit, that is 100 degree unit. So in Fahrenheit, there are 180 degrees between the freezing point and the boiling point. which means that for every 100 degrees Celsius, the ratio is 1.8 to 1, which explains why Fahrenheit often offers a finer grain of detail for air temperature because its degree is much more smaller than the Celsius degree. So since alam po natin na hindi lang iisa ang unit measurement of temperature, kailangan po malaman natin kung paano tayo magko-convert ng one unit measurement of temperature to another based on their usage and also based on your location. Okay, so by that, let us have this formula. So we have, if we wanted to convert the Celsius to Fahrenheit, we use F is equal to 9 over 5 Celsius plus 32. So for the Fahrenheit naman po, converting it to Celsius, we will use the formula C is equal to 5 over 9 multiplied by the quantity of F minus 32. Now for the Kelvin, we need to use the Celsius plus 273.15. Okay, so in order for us to fully understand how the formula works, let us have this example. So let us assume that the one who is baking is an American citizen. You are preparing a delicate Filipino sponge cake recipe that you found in an international cookbook. So the recipe provides all instructions in Celsius, but your oven at home only displays temperatures in Fahrenheit. The recipe instructions state, preheat your oven at 180 degrees Celsius. Bake the cake for 25 minutes. If the top begins to brown too quickly, reduce the heat by 15 degrees Celsius for the final 10 minutes. Now, the problem is for us to determine the initial preheating temperature and the subsequent reduced temperature in Fahrenheit for the final 10 minutes of baking. So dito po, meron po tayong dalawang kailangang hanapin. First is the initial preheating temperature, and the second one is the temperature for the final 10 minutes of baking. So, for letter A po, alam natin na yung pagpipreheat is 180 degrees Celsius is equal to what in degrees Fahrenheit. So, we know that the formula is F is equal to 9 over 5 C plus 32. Okay, so 9 over 5. Okay, RC here is 180. Okay, plus 32. As you can see, PEMDAS yung gagamitin po natin. But we can actually cancel 5 and 180 because 180 and 5 are both divisible by 5. Now, 5 divided by 5, this is 1. 180 divided by 5, this is 36. Okay, that is why we have 9 over 1, this is 9, multiplied by 36 plus 32. Okay, 36 times 9, this is equal to 324 plus 32. This is equal to 356 degrees Fahrenheit. This is our answer for the initial. Okay, how about for the final 10 minutes? So, from 180 degrees Celsius, i-minus natin siya by 15 degrees Celsius. The answer is 165 degrees Celsius. Now, using again our formula, F is equal to 9 over 5 multiplied by the C plus 32. So, this will equal to 9 over 5. Okay, so yung C na natin na gagamitin is 165 plus 32. Okay, so since 165 and 5 are both divisible by 5, pwede natin siyang i-cancel. Okay, 5 divided by 5, that is 1. 165 divided by 5, that is 33. So we will have 9 divided by 1, this is 9, multiplied by 33 plus 32. 33 times 9, this is 297. Plus 32, that is equal to 329 degrees Fahrenheit. So these are our answers. So initially, mag-start tayo ng baking at 356 degrees Fahrenheit, pero babawasan natin siya sa last 10 minutes to 329 degrees Fahrenheit. So how about this one? Example number 2, a traveler from the Philippines is visiting Chicago in the autumn. She checks the local weather report on the news which states, it's a brisk morning at 41 degrees Fahrenheit, but expect a beautiful afternoon as temperature climbs to a high of 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Convert both the morning and afternoon temperatures into Celsius so the traveler can better understand how to dress based on the weather scale used back home. Okay, so first, let us find for the temperature in the morning. Okay, so we know that in the morning, it will be 41 degrees Fahrenheit. And ano po yung equivalent niya in degrees Celsius? The formula that we're going to use is the degree Celsius is equal to 5 over 9 multiplied by the quantity F minus 32. So this will give me 5 over 9. Okay, the Fahrenheit is 41 minus 32. Okay, PEMDAS po uli, parenthesis ang mauuna dito. 41 minus 32, this will give me 9. Okay, so 9 times 5 over 9. So 9 and 9 are both divisible by 9. So this will be equal to 1. And ito din po magiging equal to 1. 5 divided by 1, this is 5 times 1, that is 5. So meaning to say po, this is equal to 5 degrees Celsius. So in the morning, yung temperature niya po is 5 degrees Celsius. Now how about in the afternoon? So sabi dito, in the afternoon, the temperature climbs at a high of 68 degrees Fahrenheit. So we have 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Ano po equivalent niya into degrees Celsius? So again, the formula is degree Celsius is equal to 5 over 9 multiplied by F minus 32. So this is equal to 5 over 9. Okay. Quantity 68 minus 32. Okay, 68 minus 32, this is equal to 36. 36 multiplied by 5 over 9. But 9 and 36 are both divisible by 9. 9 divided by 9, this is 1. 36 divided by 9, this is equal to 4. So 5 divided by 1, this is equal to 5 multiplied by 4. So our answer here is 20 degrees Celsius. So in the afternoon, it will be 20 degrees Celsius. Now, how about this one? Example number 3, a physicist is conducting an experiment on a new superconducting material. The material must be cooled to a specific critical temperature to lose all electrical resistance. The readout on the cooling chamber shows that the material has reached negative 211 degrees Fahrenheit. To publish the results in a scientific journal, the physicist must report this temperature in Kelvin. So our goal is to calculate the temperature of the superconductor in Kelvin. We know that the formula for the Kelvin is C plus 273.15. So here po in this formula, ang kailangan natin is Celsius. But in the problem, naka-Fahrenheit pa siya. So meaning to say po, yung step natin is first, convert the Fahrenheit to Celsius. And from Celsius, you convert it to Kelvin. Okay, so we know that the formula for the Celsius is degree Celsius is equal to 5 over 9 multiplied by the F minus 32. Okay, so 5 over 9, yung Fahrenheit po natin, that is negative 211 minus 32. 211 minus 32, this is equal to negative 243. Negative 243 multiplied by 5 over 9. Okay, so since 9 and 243 are both divisible by 9, pwede natin silang i-cancel. So 9 divided by 9, this is 1. Negative 243 divided by 9, this is equal to negative 27. So this will be equal 5 over 1. This is 5 times negative 27. This is equal to negative 135 degrees Celsius. Now, using this formula, we have the K is equal to C plus 273.15. Let us use now the Celsius, which is negative 135 plus 273.15. This will give us 138.15 Kelvin. And this is our final answer. Meaning to say po, the temperature of the superconductor in Kelvin is 138.15 Kelvin. So that's it for today, my dear students. If you still have questions, please don't hesitate to comment down below. If you find this video helpful, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. So I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye po!